Looking for a backswing training aid? Well, in this next video I'm going to show you a great backswing training aid so you can fix up that backswing and play amazing golf. Let's get started. Okay, here's our backswing training aid that's going to really help you nail that backswing and get into a great position at the top. This is called the Total Golf Trainer, and today I'm going to be showing you how we can use this to get great wrist positions at the top and also how those hips work in the backswing so you can make a much better backswing and play better golf. So this is a little device that attaches to our wrist. You can do it on either your lead wrist or your trail wrist, and this is the device that attaches to your hip that can help control how those hips move in the backswing. So I'm going to break it up into two little sections to show you how those two parts of the backswing work that are really going to help you nail that backswing. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the Total Golf Trainer and how it can help get you a great backswing, and this is a really good backswing training aid that can help you out. Now the first bit I'm going to start with is the little device that attaches to the wrist. Now this can work with the lead wrist as well. Now this doesn't just help with the backswing, this training aid, it does do the whole swing, but the purpose of this video we're focusing on backswing. So we attach the device to our lead wrist. Now you'll see I put a little curve in it here. Now the idea is at the top of the backswing, for me, I like to get a flat lead wrist, and if I was someone that had a tendency to cup that lead wrist, this will give you instant feedback that you're cupping too much. Now, there's a number of different backswings. Some people get more cupping at the top than others. Some people are more like that. Some people are more bowed. Depending on what your tendency is, adjust this accordingly. I try to get a flat lead wrist. That's what I recommend. But if you're someone that has a little bit of cupping, or too much cupping, this is a good position for you because this will give you feedback that you're cupping too much. Your wrist will hit this little red ball and you know straight away that you need to make a slight adjustment. So this is what it looks like. I've got it set up in this position here. You can see that there, and you can adjust this to any sort of position you're after. So what I'm trying to do in my backswing, and this might be you, as I make my backswing, I want to make sure my lead wrist is really flat and I get nowhere near this red ball. If I do this and go across the line, you can see my lead wrist touches that little ball. I get instant feedback that I'm doing it incorrectly, and this is how what's so good about this backswing training aid, gives you instant feedback on if you're doing the right move or the incorrect move. So for me, I've got it in this position here, so I don't want to do too much cupping. And that's a great little backswing checkpoint that will help you nail that backswing at the top. So the next part of the video, I'm going to show you another part of this backswing training aid that goes on the hips to help us out. Let's get into it. Okay, the next part of our backswing training aid I'll show you with the Total Golf Trainer is this little device that attaches to our hip. Now you can see here it's got a little adjustable little bend here with a little red rubber ball on the end. Now I've set this up roughly on a slight angle on my hips, pointing out just on this almost a 45-degree angle here, and where this helps us out with our hips is making sure we don't turn too quickly in our backswing if that's your tendency at the start of the takeaway to really pull the club inside. This will give you instant feedback that you need to move more in one piece and keep that club head in front of you. So let's have a look at it. You can see how I've set it up there. This just attaches to your belt, set up to a ball here. So if you're someone that likes to, or doesn't like to, but snatches the club in really quickly, you can see there I'm going to crash straight into our little device there. I get instant feedback. Again, if you don't turn your hips enough in the backswing, they stay. You're just going to crash straight into it. Gives you instant feedback, gives you a bit of a visual as well of what your hips are doing in your backswing. So if I make a good backswing, everything moves together. I open up my hips. I shouldn't touch this device at all, shouldn't get anywhere near it. It acts there as a really nice visual. If I get into any old habits and try to pull inside, I'm going to crash straight into this straight away. So it acts as a really nice visual As we go to the top, we get nowhere near it. And this will work really well for really perfecting that backswing. So is this something that you've struggled with this particular area of your game? Drop a comment down below and tell me. I'll reply to every comment. If you've used this training aid before, please let me know. I'd love to answer any questions you have about it. But this will really help you cement a really solid backswing and give you instant feedback on the right and the wrong positions that you should be doing. I'll see you soon. Click and watch the video right on your screen now. It's going to go into more detail about how the right shoulder works in the backswing, ties in perfectly with this backswing training aid. Make sure you do that. Now below this video there will be a link to my free 3 secret moves video. Make sure you check that out. If you have any other further questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.